So, no, I wouldn't say I have a passion for HR.
Welcome back to Human Resources for the People. It's a human capital revolution. Today we're going to be answering Ask HR questions from the Ask HR subreddit on Reddit. It's a unique opportunity to take questions that people have about human resources and their experience at work, and then take that information and apply it in their own life. We've got quite a few interesting discussions today that we'll have to get started with. We've got a person trying to figure out how to report discrimination in Pennsylvania. We've got a person who is rejecting a offer with a company out of Illinois. And we've got an employee who's giving people a pay cut on their last check. We're going to start right off with the question regarding reporting discrimination in Pennsylvania. Their boss said that they'll never hire a woman as they would, among other things, quote, ruin the vibe. As an employed man, is there any way to properly report this? The boss was talking with the VP and acting CEO and was told, although the VP agrees that they'll never hire a woman, boss needs to at least hire or interview one for appearance sake. And the problem, what you're seeing here is going to be quite a bit more difficult, right? Because this person is acting, or this person does have a CEO title. And as a result, it's very unlikely that there's going to be a lot more movement. So there are two things that the employee can do to manage that. They could go to the human resources. There's not someone that necessarily would be able to probably navigate this. Frankly, uh, you could also go to the Department of Labor and file with the EEOC. He says that you have to either be directly affected or know someone who was in order to file. You could do that, but I don't think that there's going to be a lot of. It's going to be a he said, she said thing, and you're not exactly going to get a whole lot out of it. This person says that this is a worldwide company. It's in the United States. There's 25 people at their location. And if there is like a group outside, perhaps a European counterpart, a managing group, I would recommend speaking to them. But at this point, there's been, there isn't a lot of evidence of harm other than the fact that this person is clearly going to discriminate. But that's sort of thought crime ultimately. At this point, it's clear that this behavior is tolerated in the workplace. And as a result, I wouldn't want to be working around it. And I think that ultimately that is where it's the rubber meets the road. You have the responsibility to leave the organization. You can file an EEOC complaint, but ultimately the effectiveness of it won't be significant, especially with a small organization. It's unlikely that there will be any impact from any kind of reporting. The next one is pretty short and sweet. It's out of Illinois. If I've already accepted an offer with a company but don't want to work there anymore, what do I do? Person got an offer from another company making more money. Am I free to let the first company know I don't want to work there anymore? Will I lose anything besides burning bridges? No and no. I mean, you will burn bridges, and that's something to consider. But ultimately, that's about it. And companies will reconsider you if you do it the right way and be very respectful in how you approach the matter. There's a good chance that they will still that you haven't quite burned a bridge, even when you do something like this. So I would just be truthful and honest with them, and they will respect it, and you'll be unlikely to have any real problems as a result of making this decision. The last one is out of Maryland. Its employer gave a pay cut on the last paycheck. They pay the same amount each month, no matter the hours worked. I don't really understand that. I assume that this person means that they're salaried. But when in Maryland, employers are required to pay out PTO unless they have some other policy, and then they got paid out at a certain amount. And it sounds like, I mean, no, it's not legal since employers are required to pay out PTO, and this is paid time off. So the answer is no. Ultimately, it wouldn't be legal, but it sounds like this person doesn't really understand their paycheck. And if I had to guess, what's happening is some sort of deduction took place, and as a result, their earnings were reduced. But to answer the question in and of itself, no, employers are required to pay out PTO unless they have another policy in place. So what do you think about this? Now, a lot of people think that PTO is a right. So let me know what you think in the comments down below about PTO. Should PTO have federal rights attached to it such that they're regulated across the United States? Let me know in the comments down below. Like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next video. Bye, guys.